Yo, what up, though? We in week 11 with it, man. The NFL season is flying, and the Minnesota Vikings fly this weekend to face the red hot Denver Broncos and Sean Payton. Everybody remember '09, what Sean Payton and them did to the Minnesota Vikings. They robbed us out of our Super Bowl, and you cannot make this up. Last week we beat the Saints, but Sean Payton wasn't the head coach. But this week we get some get back on Sean Payton, man. The Minnesota Vikings will end the Denver Broncos 3-game win streak, man. All because of Sean Payton. We still owe you. We will forever owe you as long as you a head coach in the NFL, man. I'm gonna keep it for real. And the Denver Broncos offense is okay, but do they offense really scare you? No. I know Russell Wilson hasn't thrown that many interceptions, but hell, he ain't got that many passing yards, I believe, for real, as a quarterback. So he only got 1,800 passing yards. So the Broncos passing game do not scare me to go against our defense, man. I know Hicks won't be out there, and he was a big factor on our defense, but I think our defense can hold the Denver Broncos in check. Cause Russell Wilson still be trying to run around and make plays like he did in Seattle, but the shit just ain't happening. Russell Wilson done lost a step, man. I used to be nervous when Russell Wilson used to run around and make plays. Now, you just be like, he gonna do something dumb with the football. Might fumble or might throw an interception. So I think our defense will hold the Broncos in check. Because the Broncos got an okay running back, Williams, but once the Minnesota Vikings take them out the game, it's over. It's over with for the Denver Broncos. And the Denver Broncos been winning the 3 games lately, mainly off of turnovers. The Denver Broncos defense be making offense commit turnovers. Last night, the Bills had 4 turnovers, and the Chiefs had 2, and the Packers had 1, and the Broncos won those football games. If the Minnesota Vikings can protect the football like they did last week against the Saints, the Minnesota Vikings will come out with a W, man. I'm going to be real with y'all. Because our offense is nasty. And it's a primetime game. We don't have primetime Kirk on the center who might go in the shell. This week, they will be facing primetime Dobbs. And Dobbs will light the Denver Broncos defense up. Because the Denver Broncos defense love to play man. And I don't think you can play man coverage with the Minnesota Vikings offense and with this new quarterback we got under center, man. If you try to run man on the Minnesota Vikings offense, Dobbs will kill you with his legs. And I think when a play break down, that's when Ja and TJ will be lethal against the Denver Broncos defense. Because Ja will have a big game, I predict, against the Denver Broncos. And TJ will also have a big game. Both of those receivers and tight end might go for 80 or 100 yards apiece against the Denver Broncos defense, man. Because their defense is okay. But if the Minnesota Vikings offense line can play a little bit better compared to how they played last week against the Saints, I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all, honestly, though, because I think Dive going to make a lot of plays with his legs. I don't know if Madison's going to play against the Broncos. I don't wish injuries on nobody, but hopefully he don't play, and Todd Chandler can get some more carries against the Denver Broncos defense. Because the Denver Broncos run defense looks suspect to me. The Buffalo Bills ran the ball 5 times in a row against the Broncos defense, and each play got 5 yards or better against that defense. And after that pass, after that run play, what did Josh Allen do? Play action pass and a touchdown to a tight end. It was wide open. Because Denver Broncos, I think, got a problem on stopping the run. And the Minnesota Vikings will have to commit to running the football. I want to see Todd Chandler have about 80 rushing yards against the Broncos defense, man. And I wouldn't be mad if Dobbs could dip in there for about 50 or 60 yards against their defense. Make them pay when they want to play man coverage on this offense, man. You can't play us in man-to-man. That's right there is no-no. They might not play man against them, but I hope they do, and the Minnesota Vikings will make them pay, man. This is not the same Minnesota Viking people are used to playing against, man. The New Orleans Saints learned that the hard way. But I feel like if the Minnesota Vikings can come out like they did last week to a big lead and continue to grow from that lead, the Denver Broncos will be buried. Because Russell Wilson cannot throw the football that many times, especially good plays, and think he's going to get the Denver Broncos back in the game. Because I just don't see that from Russell Wilson. Jameson Winston got lucky, but he also committed 2 turnovers as he was throwing the football. So I think Russell Wilson will have at least 1 interception and he will fumble the football. Because Russell Wilson, once he started getting hit, the football started getting loose in his hands. And I think Wyndham and Hunter will have a forced fumble against Russell Wilson, man. Because our defense is playing lifestyle football this year, man. And our offense is finally catching up to our defense. And that's a good thing. But Skol family, y'all let me know in the comment section below. Do you feel like the Minnesota Vikings win streak will continue? Or will the Denver Broncos win streak continue? I'm going to bet my money that the Minnesota Vikings win streak continue, man. The Minnesota Vikings will win 6 in a row. And they will clip the Denver Broncos win streak Sunday night at the Denver Broncos Stadium, man. That's just my thoughts and preview of the Broncos and Vikings, man. This is a big game for both parties. Both teams are in the race for a wild card spot. Both teams are still in the race for their division. So that's why I feel like this is a big game for both teams. I just feel like the Minnesota Vikings is just a better overall team than the Denver Broncos. I know we on the road. You got to worry about the altitude and all of that, but the Minnesota Vikings got an astronaut at quarterback. And primetime Dive will show up and show out against the Denver Broncos defense, especially if they try to play man coverage with us. You cannot play man-to-man with the Minnesota Vikings defense with this quarterback under center and the weapons we got on wide receiver. Primetime Dive will show out in Mile High Stadium, man. The astronaut will land Sunday night, and he will lead with a W, man. Dives will go 3-0 in the Minnesota Vikings uniform, man.